Since November, our nation's capital has been promised major change and a new energy. Of course, we're talking about the Maryland basketball team, whose dynamic blend of youth and veteran savvy has catapulted the Terps into the national spotlight. Tonight, Maryland tries to keep it going against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Big Ten basketball is on BTN. Fans are in a frenzy after a two-game road trip for the Terps. They're back at the Xfinity Center as Big Ten basketball is presented by Quicken Loans. Tonight, it's Maryland hosting the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Along with Bob Wenzel, Jeff Levering with you. Your up-to-date Big Ten standings as of today. Maryland, Wisconsin right up at the top. Purdue and Northwestern just a half a game back. But Bob, the story all week has been, is Melo Trimble going to play? He's been battling illness the last couple days.
Had a fever and a sore throat. Feeling very, very good right now. You can see his numbers. He's clearly the leader of this group.
Leads us into our starting lineups presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Three freshmen in there for the Terps. And for Rutgers, one notable name not in there. That is Deshaun Freeman. He's available off the bench. Rutgers got their first win in conference play against Nebraska over the weekend, but they're still looking for their first road victory in the Big Ten. We're ready to play here in College Park, and the tip is won by the Terrapins.
Rutgers hangs their head on defense and rebounding. Maryland is a very good offensive group. DeMonte Dodd, 35, sets big screens. And number 0, Anthony Cowan, is a great compliment to Trimble.
There's the first three of the ball game, and it's off the mark by the reigning freshman of the week in Justin Jackson. Officials for today's ball game: Terry Weimer, Bo Borowski, and John Gaffney. Corey Sanders was the hero against Nebraska for Rutgers over the weekend.
The big question here is, where are the points going to come from? With Deshaun Freeman out of the game, they're not as good on the offensive glass. The guards are going to have to do it.
3 to shoot. Sanders, the tough shot that wouldn't go down for him. But there's an offensive rebound, the best in the conference in doing so, Rutgers.
They average 15 offensive boards a game. That is outstanding.
Dr. Steve Pikel, it means you're not making a lot of shots, but you still got to grab rebounds. Nice move by Corey Sanders going to the rack.
Nice pass by Sa, a little role reversal. Big man passes to a guard on the backdoor play.
Anthony Cowan has come alive here in conference play. Dipped down low, and Jackson couldn't hit the bunny. Got his own rebound, went up with it. It ties the ball game to a piece. Justin Jackson, just such a tough matchup with his wingspan.
7'3", 6'7" player. He could play center if they need it.
Too strong from Candido Sa. Thought he got bumped.
How about Herter, who rebounded there? Most defensive rebound on a team.
There's a block by C.J. Geddes down low. Nearly walked with it. Able to find his outlet in Nigel Johnson.
All 7 foot 280 of him. A transfer from UNC Wilmington.
The only senior on the roster for the Scarlet Knights.
He's had a big impact.
Nigel Johnson fires away. He's off the mark of the first 3 of the game. Offensive rebound nearly. But Candido Sa ran into the official. Mark Turgeon in his 6th season here in College Park. And since coming into the Big Ten, only one team has had a better record in the conference. That's
Who's
Wisconsin.
That? Wisconsin, yeah, they've been pretty good, huh? Sweet 16 last year for Mark Turgeon and the Terps. They were thought to be down this year, but 17-2 does not sound like down to me. The freshmen have been outstanding. Herter with the ball has been excellent passing and shooting.
Sets up Trimble, and he knocks down the 3.
There's the passing of Herter on cue.
I talked with Mark Turgeon before the game today, and he said it's nice to have a roster where you don't have to have guys get their points.
Some of the guys don't want to score, which is really good for the guys who do. Speaking of the guys who do, that guy with the ball could score.
Little Trimble with 20 last timeout. DeMonte Dodd from point-blank range.
I like the fact that Dodd went to the basket. He's one of those guys that does not like to score. Had his shot blocked last time, goes right back again. Same exact play.
7-0 run right now from Maryland. God might get a little bit of help, and there's a turnover. Unforced error from Rutgers.
No, that was forced, my friend. Cowan jumped in the passing lane. Here's a pass by Herder to Melo Trimble working off the ball, which he did not do as much last year. And then now the lob pass inside. That is vision from your two-guard. Trimble was the point last year, had the ball all the time, right? Cowan this year has it most of the time. Trimble playing off the ball, gets cleaner shots.
Jackson down low, nice feed, but Herder was fouled. And he's going to go to the foul line.
Pretty sophisticated pass outside, don't you think, by Justin Jackson at 6'7". Williams in the game, he's their best shooter. Rutgers is the worst three-point shooting team in the league at 28%. In league games, the Terps are first at 41%.
Herder, very good free throw shooter. This is the first. Sorry about that, Kevin. Here's Steve Peichel trying to bring Rutgers back to prominence in the Big Ten Conference. It's his first year. Great career at Stony Brook. Four-time America East Coach of the Year. Herder makes 1 out of 2.
Played at UConn, and he has brought that Jim Calhoun rebounding, shot-blocking mentality to the group. They play hard. Accolades from everybody around the Big Ten on their hard the way they play. Freeman's in the game. Number 33, he's the best rebounder on this team.
Keep your eye on him. He's the best rebounder in the country for his size. Sanders goes to the rack. It was blocked and into the hoop from Dodd.
Wow, you don't see that every game, huh? Dodd's saying he gets an assist on that.
Anthony Cowan. And then that bad pass by Jackson. And a jump ball. And the basket to go with Rutgers.
Dodd is 6'11". Sanders is 6'2". This is a block. No, it's a basket.
Basketball on BTN in partnership with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Push button, get mortgage. And brought to you in part by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM. 8-4, number 22 Maryland up on the visiting Rutgers Scarlet Knights. And we welcome you courtside to the Xfinity Center here in College Park, along with Bob Wenzel, Jeff Levering with you. And you got the top and the bottom of the Big Ten, but two tremendous guards, in Melo Trimble and Corey Sanders, to watch.
Sanders has all 4 of Rutgers' points. Melo has hit a 3, 4-3 in favor of Rutgers with those 2 players. Melo Trimble, of course, an all-conference level player, has been since he's been here. And Corey Sanders, of course, made a shot for Rutgers to win against Nebraska with 1 second to go. Leading scorer and best athlete for the Scarlet Knights.
It's been amazing to watch him transform from last year to this year, and how the program has come along as well. As that one blocked by Herder, and he was able to save it. That's a Jalen Brantley who's into the ball game for the first time for Trimble. Anthony Cowan drives a little too strong on the drive. Loose ball and out of bounds. Going to stay with Maryland. I think Deshaun Freeman got away with a slight tug
after the play. There's Mr. Sanders. Tremendous athlete, loves going to his right. Not shooting well from three-point range earlier in the year. A little bit better lately. Been spending time with Coach Knight on the Rutgers staff.
Herder tried to pass it down low, but no recipient there. Nice defense there by Rutgers. And Sanders, I think it's on the defensive end where he gets a lot of credit. He's shut some premier players down so far this year.
Yeah, uses his athleticism at the defensive end.
Freeman got it stripped away. Herder in there to help out on defense. Cowan lowers his shoulder up and under. No. Herder with an offensive rebound. He's all over the place.
This man has a feel for the game. Herder comes in 6'7". By the time he leaves here, he's going to be 6'7", 6'8", about 235. Take a look at the speed of Cowan on this. Full speed, going hard. Herder coming down the middle, reading the situation. Nicely done over the back of Sanders and the dish underneath. Very nice.
Already with 3 boards. for Kevin Herter. 5 points, 6 boards, 4 assists in 30 minutes at Iowa. It's a team that didn't play this weekend in Maryland. They got some fresh legs after a couple of games on the road.
Well, we got the 4 and 5 spot and the 2 guard as substitutions right now for Maryland. Cowan and Herter, the only 2 starters in the game.
Yvonne Bender in there. DeMonte Dodd.
Bender's brother plays for the Phoenix Suns. He's a smart player.
Tough feed, and Freeman able to finish it off. Ibrahima Jallo.
Jallo played 8 minutes total until the Seton Hall game, and now he's been a guy who plays 15, 20 minutes a game. Dorson has gone further deeper on the bench. Jallo has replaced him for the Scarlet Knights.
Herter from 3, a little short. Bender tried to keep it alive, but it was out of bounds going to Rutgers.
Well, let's take a look right here. That's where the action is taking place, and the roll down the middle. Bender and Cowan got stuck on the outside, and nice little play by Rutgers. Corey Sanders with the basketball. First 2 Big Ten games, 4 for 21 from 3. 4 of 11 in the last 5 games. And of course, he's shooting fewer threes and scoring more points.
Like drives like that from Corey Sanders. Nice athletic move, by the way, from Deshaun Freeman. He was thinking about throwing that one down, but it was still hanging on the rim.
He doesn't look sick, does he?
No, he looks really good. Driving the lane, and Brantley couldn't finish it off. He's going to go to the line and shoot a couple. Make sure you follow the Big Ten Network on Instagram and get the coolest Big Ten sports content before anyone else. Follow BTN on Instagram now at Big Ten Network to see the best images and video of the Big Ten.
Brantley at the free throw line in the 2 games away at Iowa, at Illinois, 12 points and 10 points, which were crucial in those close victories on the road for the Terps. Springfield, Massachusetts, tough guy.
It's only gotten better as his career has progressed here at Maryland.
I like his game. He has no fear. He can make big shots even when he's not playing particularly well. He's getting a lot more minutes. He's earned them.
Having a guy like that come off the bench and spell Anthony Cowan, the competition between those 2 guys in practice, invaluable. Sanders up and under, tough shot. Another offensive rebound. Jallo back up. He's going to go to the line.
You're seeing Rutgers' signature. Offensive glass. Guys go hard to the boards. And a guy like Jallo knows that he's not going to be involved offensively. So whenever Corey Sanders drives or Deshaun Freeman gets inside, his job is to go to the glass. And at 7 feet tall, he can get there.
He scored just 15 points on the year. So if you're playing defense against Rutgers, just box them out.
Exactly. That's the name of the tune. But lots of times, the guy who is guarding him is helping on drives. 2 misses. It's like a turnover.
It's one area of concern for sure is the 3. Got the roll right off the bench for Jared Nickens.
Made a big 3 against Iowa when they were down 3 to tie the game from the right corner. Newspapers today, Washington Post, he says he has not lost his confidence, even though he has not been playing that much.
Nickens going to pick up a personal foul here, shoving Jallo in the back. Back to Nickens.
Take a look at the iron. It's a home game, so you get the roll. If that game's at Rutgers, it's a miss. Rutgers doing a very, very good job on the offensive glass. That's what's keeping them in the game right now. Frequent substitutions by Turgeon. Building depth.
And a turnover force. It goes right back into the hands of Nigel Johnson. Nigel Johnson has kind of disappeared offensively for Rutgers.
He really has, and Mike Williams has too. Nigel Johnson's a pull-up jump shooter.
Johnson drives in the floater, short, another offensive rebound. Jallo trying to get rid of it. Still battling, and Nickens able to corral it. Wow.
Well, Mark Turgeon told me before the game, where Rutgers is strong, his team is weak, and that's rebounding. Maryland is not a strong rebounding team. They rely on their offense and their skill sets, passing, dribbling, shooting. So far, they're getting hurt on the glass by Steve Pikiell's guys.
Able to make some shots, that's the difference. Neither team is really shooting exceptionally well.
Rutgers has 4 offensive boards already in the game and about 4 or 5 where they've kept it alive.
Trimble around the corner and an open 3, rims in and out. Rim unkind that time for Brantley.
Deshaun Freeman inside with Justin Jackson. They are battling. I think Jackson's going to get the foul here, Jeff.
Throwing a little shiver in there. Maryland's got a 6-point lead. The Jefferson Memorial in Washington, D.C. Maryland up. Big Ten basketball presented by Quicken Loans. The 22nd ranked Terrapins up by 6 on the visiting Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Neither team shooting exceptionally well, but that blueprint of Steve Pikiell and the great defense, I think, is a big reason why.
If they can keep the game in the 60s, they have a chance on the more powerful Terrapins. If the game goes higher than that, their chances decrease. So far, so good for Rutgers, keeping it a low-scoring game. Both players who we thought were sick coming in have played nicely. Melo Trimble is fine, and Deshaun Freeman looks fine to me as well.
Very energetic. Deshaun Freeman, that's a guy who couldn't do anything for a couple of days, lost 10 pounds over the course of 3 days.
And he's not a big guy to begin with. You know, he's only a 6'7" player. He's got some of the longest hair in the league, which helps, gives him strength. And he goes after it on the glass, there's no doubt about it.
Corey Sanders back on the floor, replacing Mike Williams.
Laurent in with the ball. He's a sophomore, 6'6". Dorson in, number 2. So lots of subs in there for Steve Pikiell here.
Sanders dribbling at the officials, trying to get it together, and the official on the near side says it's Maryland basketball.
He's right. We criticize officials a lot, but I'll tell you what, I'm not wearing any striped shirts during these games. They get the final vote.
They've got their boss in town. They're on their A game today.
Rick Boyages from Big Ten Conference is here. He does a great job of explaining the new rules every year. I love that. And he goes to each campus to explain it to the players so they know what's going on.
So many rule changes in the last couple of years. Unselfish play that time. Basketball flying all over the place for the Terps. Finally finds the Rutgers bench out of bounds. 3rd turnover for Maryland.
Bender made a bad play there. I mean, it's one thing to be unselfish, but when you're his size and you're that close to the basket, facing the basket, that should have been a shot, and even on a miss, you get the offensive glass. So unselfishness to a fault on that play. Sanders wants to go.
Brantley all up in his grill on this possession. Jonathan Laurent puts it on the floor. And then Dorson able to put it in on the miss. Not sure if that was a pass. Looked like a shot, but Dorson there to put it away anyway.
Well, you got Dorson and Geddes and Giallo. So you have 3 guys manning the center position for Rutgers, all 7 foot 6'11".
Freeman skies for the rebound on the hurt or miss.
Freeman's a quick jumper. That's why he gets so many rebounds. It's not that he's big. It's not that he gets up that high, which he goes reasonably high, but he's up quicker than anybody else.
Hopefully back at full strength as well. He's looked good. Nigel Johnson off the mark on that shot, short. And Brantley's going to slow things down. Good transition defense from the Scarlet Knights.
Yeah, he had 1-on-3. Giving it up is the right idea.
Bender took the shot that time.
He learned something from the last possession to this one. You can see the Maryland Terrapins are not guarding way away from the basket other than on Sanders because they want to pressure him to give it up. They're not afraid of the 3.
And they're going to get a foul inside. Free throws coming for Sanders. Super Wednesday has a great set of hoops games coming up for you tomorrow. Minnesota takes on Ohio State, followed by the Hawkeyes taking on Illinois. Coverage starts at 7 Eastern, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings on BTN and BTN to go.
How about Amir Coffey of Minnesota, the freshman? He's one of my favorite guys in the league. This is 6'9", long, runs, shoots, boards, everything.
This whole league this year with freshmen has been incredible to watch. That almost entire Iowa roster. The 3 freshmen here at Maryland have been
Iowa
tremendous.
starts 4. Maryland starts 3. And of course, you know, I mean, it's interesting that the league is 4th in the RPIs right now. And the bottom of the league is much better than it was last year. The top might not be quite as good. Michigan State having an off year by their standards. But they're young also.
Penn State, another one of those teams with 4 dynamic freshmen. Justin Jackson puts it on the deck. Tough move, right hand. That is almost impossible to guard.
That is called proper pivoting. When you go inside there and cover a long distance without traveling, that's what more guys should do. Justin Jackson, you mentioned, 7-foot 3-inch length, doing the job at the offensive end. Notice the pivot foot. One way, the other, bank it in. Beautiful.
In College Park, Maryland, Terrapins with a 7-point lead, 9:10 to play, and some pressure on the defensive end from Maryland.
First time they've gone here. 1-2, 1-1. They want to trap at half court. Rutgers handling it fine. That was not a backcourt violation. Everybody in the building except you and me thinks it was.
It was a clear straddle from Candido Sa.
Yes.
There's a 3, and Johnson finally rattles home a triple for Rutgers.
In the 20s from 3-point range for Mr. Johnson on the year.
First points of the game for Nigel. Was great in the non-conference schedule. Once Big Ten play has come around, it's been tough. Candido Sa sends it into the seats. Nice help defense.
Nigel Johnson from 3 at this end. Turned his body a little bit. And Candido Sa blocking this. Rutgers averages 5.6 blocks a game. And Sa is the leading shot blocker on the team. And he doesn't play that many minutes.
He's already got a couple today. Melo Trimble couldn't answer the 3 on this end. 3 on 2. Williams gives it up. Sanders lays it up and in.
Nice play by Williams, right? Stopped just inside the free throw line. Sanders has 9. Sanders is becoming a more efficient scorer.
Offensive foul, and DeMonte Dodd going the other way, and Rutgers on a run.
This is how you diagram the fast break. 3 on 2. Mike Williams avoid the charge and give it up. Easy layup using the backboard.
And checking in for the first time in 6 games for Maryland, Michael Tchaikovsky. Terps fans happy to see him back on the floor. This time he played was the 20th of December. Sanders rimmed in and out. Mike Williams crashing the boards but couldn't finish it.
Tchaikovsky has played in 9 games, started 4. All kinds of injuries.
7-footer. Mark Turgeon just wanted to see him on the floor again, get him into a rhythm, get him some minutes tonight. Cowan, tough shot. Tchaikovsky follows. The rim was kind early. That one not so much as it rolled out off the heel. It's a 2-point lead for Maryland here at home. Rutgers hanging tough. Saturday, Nebraska led Rutgers by 1 late when Corey Sanders missed, but managed to secure the rebound on the other side of the hoop and score with 1 second left. Rutgers held on to a 65-64 win, breaking a 7-game losing streak and winning its first Big Ten game of the season. That effort from Corey Sanders is our Quicken Loan's amazing performance. 25 points in that ball game against Nebraska. He's been terrific in conference play.
No doubt about it. Last 5 games in the conference, 19 points a game. Field goal percentage up to 49%. Previous to that, I don't even want to tell you what the numbers were.
It's all about the present. He's got 9 points already tonight on the road.
And 4 of 7 shooting. You know, sometimes guys, when they're freshmen, they score a lot of points, but they're not efficient. Their numbers, their percentages are low. And, of course, he's a good example of that. Had to do a lot last year, scored a lot of points, but not efficient. He's becoming a more efficient player in the last 5 games of his sophomore year.
Sanders was the guy last year for Rutgers. They didn't have much else.
No doubt.
He learned a lot as a freshman and learning even more under Steve Peichel. As Melo Trimble got fouled, he's going to go to the line.
Trimble has a certain way about him where he seems effortless to me. You know, he glides around the floor. It looks like he's not going that fast, but he is. And he's also stronger than he appears. That was a good example of the strength. I mean, he got whacked on the arm. Still got an opportunity to go to the free throw line. He has taken a lot of free throws in his career.
This year, just not hitting the free throws like normal, but as the graphic says, always Melo. He is terrific in his career here at Maryland. 3 points away. He's now tied with Jake Layman for the all-time scoring lead. 19th.
He's a great player, no doubt about it. He has a calm about him. When they were at Iowa, it looked like they were going down, and he made 2 threes. Clutch. I got a call from a coach from China who was having difficulty with American basketball terms. And he said, "What does clutch mean?" I said, "Look at the video of Iowa against Maryland, the last minutes, and watch Melo Trimble #2. That's what clutch is."
Omoruyi able to hang on to the basketball and put it in. Eugene Omoruyi.
Doesn't score much. They like his aggression. Showed it there, huh?
State Farm halftime report coming up. 6:40 to go. Getty's up ahead. Rutgers wants to run 3-on-1. Nigel Johnson laid it up and in. And Rutgers has the lead on the road.
Timeout by Turgeon. Does not like that they are behind.
By LG Signature. And don't forget, ticket information, go to thegarden.com. It's all coming up on Saturday. Anthony Cowan back on the floor for Maryland, trying to stop a 9-1 run. Cowan fires from 3 to rims in and out. C.J. Getty secures another rebound. Deshaun Freeman thought he got hit in the back. Up and arms, still underneath the other side of the hoop.
They've got 5-on-4 here.
Cowan missed. There's a blocking foul inside the restricted area. Deshaun Freeman thought he was hacked, and he's going over to the officials before going back into the paint.
Well, Steve Peichel trying to plead his case for Deshaun Freeman. The thing that's happened in this game right now, Steve Peichel's guys are doing a very, very good job defensively, 5-on-5 from the 3-point line and in. And because of their rebounding prowess, they are hanging in this game. The game is going exactly how Rutgers needs it to go. Maryland, their offensive rhythm is totally out of it. Cowan has done nothing in this game, and you can see what good numbers he has on the season. No offensive rhythm for Maryland can spell problems for the Terps.
It's 3 of their last 11 from the floor. They go inside to Omoruyi, and he threw it away.
Freshman mistake. This throwaway does not have to happen. If he bends down and gets lower, he can make that pass. He knows it.
5th turnover for Rutgers. And Maryland's defense, the way they're playing it tonight, Bob, they're given any 3 that Rutgers wants.
Indeed. And Rutgers is wise not to take many of them either. Rutgers at this end has been very, very good.
Very active feet, active hands, too. Good switch. Nickens with a jumper. Good positioning down low by Gill. Freeman swatting it away. Up ahead, numbers if they hurry. Sanders goes right to the rack, and he's fouled.
Rutgers has had 3 fast break opportunities, and they're taking it. Take a look right here. It looks like an open shot. Everybody's underneath. They slap this out. Gill had the ball way lower than he needed to. And Sanders on the other end got fouled by both guys. And when you get fouled by both guys, only one guy gets the foul.
Can't do halves.
He split it.
4 blocks from the front court of Rutgers. Couple by Saw. Freeman's got one.
They had a bunch against Nebraska in their last game as well.
Had 11 of them. That's getting it done. Sanders checks out.
Mike Williams is in. Much better shooter. He's the best shooter on the team. He's also the best rebounding guard for Rutgers and maybe among the best rebounding guards in the Big Ten at 4.5 a game for a 6'2" guy. That's doing work.
Neither team really shooting the ball very well. Cowan got stripped away. Nigel Johnson did that. Needs some help, and Getty's able to come back and help out Nigel Johnson. Goes to the left and got fouled.
Well, we're talking about Mike Williams, what a great rebounding guard he is. But his teammates in the backcourt also do a very good job. Let's take a look. Nigel Johnson, 3.8. Mike's the best at 4.5. Sanders, 3.5. And they're all little guys, 6'1" and 6'2". And frequently, those 3 guys play together, Jeff. And when that happens, it helps their ball handling. And if you don't get hurt on the boards, it's an asset.
Big miss there by Johnson. Johnson, that's one area of concern for him, shooting to 67% from the free throw strike. Trimble going around everybody, leaves it off to Bender.
I was just going to say, it's time for Trimble to step up. He senses that in games. Guy's an incredible player.
He's got such great feel wherever he is on the floor.
Indeed, you are right.
Sean Freeman underneath, got fouled. It's a block. Official pointing to the restricted area. And Freeman's going to go to the line.
Trimble taking over the hesitation dribble in the pass. Nicely done. And the foul at the other end was in the restricted area, as you mentioned, Jeff. It's a help side player when his feet are inside the restricted area and there's contact. Automatic foul unless he is going straight up in the air and jumping. His feet are on the ground. It's going to be automatic foul on the D.
Sanders, a quick break. He's back on the floor for Nigel Johnson.
Rutgers anemic from the free throw line so far, right? 2 out of 8.
On the season, 63%. 3 out of 9. There's a big free throw from Freeman. Going back to the last possession for Maryland, Bob, you saw how Melo Trimble was able to penetrate and then kick. This defense is so aggressive. You just saw it right there with Brantley as well. As Herder hangs and didn't get the roll that time. Freeman with another board.
They are missing shots right now that they typically make.
There's a 3. Sanders buried it.
They're feeling good about themselves right now, as they should. He's got 13 on the game already.
Largest lead of the game for Rutgers at just 3 points.
They had difficulty even handing that off on that play right there.
Trimble going left. Teardrop. And these are shots that usually go down for Maryland, but not right now.
No. You don't want that shot. Good judgment. Guys know their roles, right? You're deep into the season now. You played 19 games. You know what you're supposed to do for your squad.
Sanders threw it into traffic. And another turnover for Rutgers. That's their 6th.
Herder's been invisible in the game, as has Cowan. That's why they're struggling so much. Those guys typically score.
Trimble got that teardrop to go.
That's a hard shot, Jeff. When you're going full speed, the ball tends to hit the back of the rim. Trimble's experienced enough where with him, it doesn't.
It's that vintage Tony Parker.
Yeah, right. Good analogy.
2.5 to play here at College Park. Sanders gives it up. Freeman fires from 3. A little short offensive rebound by Williams.
We talked about that just a second ago. Great demonstration of it.
And they're going to get Deshaun Freeman on a hook. Already 7 offensive rebounds. Corey Sanders taking things into his control.
No doubt about that. On the transition, he got a nice little screen. Rutgers hanging in.
We hit it at the top of the broadcast coming in. Maryland tied for the top spot in the Big Ten with Wisconsin. Rutgers picking up their first win in Big Ten play. That was at home against Nebraska over the weekend. Right now, Rutgers has a 1-point lead. The story still remains Rutgers looking for their first ever road victory within the Big Ten Conference.
A+ grade for Steve Peichel and his guys on defense. Maryland is shooting 25% from 3. They're shooting 35% from 2. So the defense of Rutgers is causing that to happen.
Yvonne Bender ties it up for the free throw. Sanders has been as advertised with 13 of the Rutgers 25 total points. We mentioned the freshmen coming in too of Maryland, Cowan, and Herder. They're combined 0 for 8 from the floor.
There you go. 2 starters 0 for 8. Sanders in the last 5 games is shooting less and scoring more.
Justin Jackson has been quiet today as well with just 4 points. Co-freshman of the week in the Big Ten. 8 to shoot for Rutgers. Nigel Johnson fouled, and he's going to go to the line. Hard foul that time by Jalen Brantley.
The freshmen started from day 1. There they are, Cowan, Herder, and Justin Jackson. Good numbers all on the season so far, but not so much in this game. They look a little tentative, and you wonder about freshmen, you know. They just won 2 games on the road. They know Rutgers is last place in the league, and they're aware of their history of futility in the Big Ten so far. So even if you tell them, be careful, this team plays good D, they just won, sometimes it does not sink in.
And maybe a little bit of a layoff here leading to this slow first half. They haven't played since Thursday. A long weekend off. School's starting tomorrow for the Terps. Trimble finds Herder. And Herder finally gets a bucket to go down.
He's doing the right thing, taking the ball to the basket like that. He's 6'7", and he's quick.
Maryland back in front by 1.
Bender's playing very good defense, denying away from the basket. The question is, can he rebound? Important against this group.
6 to shoot. Sanders has Herder on him. Drive, couldn't get it. Bender, the rebound.
That's a big-time rebound right there. Above the rim. He snatched it.
Trimble needed it. Points for Trimble. Nigel Johnson nearly double-dribbled it.
Bender's everywhere on defense. He's a smart player.
Sanders splitting a couple, swatted away by Bender. Just 2 seconds to shoot. Don't forget State Farm halftime report coming up. Dave Redson, Sean Morris standing by in Chicago. Just 24 ticks away. It's a big possession here for Rutgers.
Sean Morris would like Bender. Sean Morris, one of those 6'10" guys. Of course, he was a scorer. Didn't play much defense at Northwestern.
He was a grinder. Williams had to go. Got it! Wow, what a shot by Mike Williams.
And a foul by Brantley as well. Things going well for Rutgers. They worked on this play this afternoon. We watched them at shoot-around. Big guys go to the outside, little guys to the inside, and a circus play by Mike Williams. Well done by Rutgers.
Chance to get it to within 1. Still 23 seconds left, an eternity for Maryland. Subs waiting to come in for Rutgers. Jallo checks in for Freeman. Omarui is going to check in for Williams. Should the shot go down?
Maryland would be wise to take the last shot here for two reasons. Doesn't give Rutgers a chance, but they also have the ball to start the second half. So they could score twice without Rutgers touching the ball if they play wisely here.
Another miss from the foul line. Just 5 of 12 from the charity stripe for Rutgers.
Not uncommon, unfortunately, for them.
Sanders doing a good job on Herder. There's a three from the corner. Big shot by LGQ. And that's how the first half ends.
Gill was a three-point shooter at Duquesne. Came here, he's a paint guy, but they needed that badly.
That's the end of the first half from College Park.
Herder.
Gill.
Gill. Nothing but bottom.
That's a couple of baseline trays as the bench loves it on the other end. And you know, Mark Turgeon loves it too. Now a 5-point lead, totally turning the tide here in this half. That's the end of the first half. We'll send you to Dave Repson and Sean Morris in Chicago for the State Farm halftime report. 34-29, Maryland out in front. On BTN is brought to you in part by Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Find your agent at AutoOwners.com. Big Ten basketball is presented by Quicken Loans. Maryland with a 5-point lead as we start the second half. And welcome courtside again at the Xfinity Center, along with Bob Wenzel, Jeff Levering with you. Rutgers hanging in there because they played great defense from the opening tip.
No doubt. I mean, this is the score where they want it to be. The difference in the game right now is a couple of threes near the end of the half, and Maryland's been better at the free throw line. Rutgers 5 of 12. The star of the game is Corey Sanders, moving without the ball. His teammates finding him. He's got 13 points in the first half. Check this screen out by Deshaun Freeman. Shooting less in the last 5 games, scoring more. 5 of 11. 13 points. They need him. So far, so good for Rutgers, hanging in with the 22nd ranked team in the nation.
Sanders done a great job on the defensive end as well. It's a big swing for Maryland. They turned it into a 5-point swing because they hit a bucket right at the buzzer to end the first half.
And we said they had the arrow. So they take the last shot, and then they have the ball to start the second half. So automatically, they get a bigger lead. Herder, terrific passer. He's got 5 assists in the game so far of the 8.
Might not be affecting the game with his shooting today. He's affecting it in a couple of other ways, rebounding and assisting. Now gets a turnover. 2-on-2. Herder with a Euro step and finished.
He got that because he's 6'7" and skillful. He avoided the charge. Good timeout by Rutgers. They need it. Start for the Terps, 38-29 on 2 beautiful plays. Watch the pass by Herder from the top of the key. Jackson gets it, an easy one. And then a little Euro step on the fast break after a turnover. Rutgers goes timeout. Great start for the number 22 team in the nation on their home court.
Carryover on the run, 12-2 for Maryland.
Herder really is a fun guy to watch, isn't he, Jeff? I tell you, that guy has skill.
What a pass from C.J. Geddes, the alley-oop to Deshaun Freeman.
How about that timeout? If Steve Piker could only have 12 timeouts per game, man, they'd score on those.
Dial up some great action. Nice poke away from Freeman on the backside. Justin Jackson was trying to drive.
That was a Geddes pass, a 7-footer to a 6'7" guy. No guards involved in that play at all. This guy can set screens, too. 7 foot, 280. Allen's absent, number 0. 0 for 5 in the first half. Nigel Johnson's quickness is bothering him.
Herder, open 3. A little short, a rebound by Corey Sanders.
Nice blockouts.
Loose ball, and it's going to Maryland. A couple of costly turnovers to start the second half for Rutgers.
Don't need that, right? You're trying to claw back into the game. Steve Pikel told me earlier in the year that his philosophy is in the first 10 seconds on offense, lets his guys just go. After that, it's up to him.
Try backdoor pass. Geddes sealed it off nicely. Jackson turned it over. Geddes got his paw up there, forced a turnover. Sanders going around the edge. His teardrop short, and Geddes coming out of nowhere.
How about 2 dunks for baskets in the second half? Freeman and Geddes.
First points for C.J. Geddes. Take high percentage shots when you get them.
Amen, brother. DeMonte Dodd had 2 fouls, only played 9 minutes in the first half. So it was center by committee with Bender and Tchaikovsky as well.
Bender did a really nice job.
Jackson's really playing poorly as far as his passing is concerned.
Nigel Johnson and a great save from Omoruyi to keep that one in play for Rutgers.
2 of those plays that Rutgers have scored upon is because Jackson has made silly passes. He's driving and trying to throw backwards to Dodd.
Oh, Trimble penetrating and kicking. Herder gives it off to Dodd underneath. Jackson stonewall. Geddes, I should say. Out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Maryland.
Rutgers fast break on a turnover. Push it on the pass. How about that little bounce pass? And the teardrop. Nigel Johnson, that's not an easy shot when you're running full speed to stop on a dime and shoot a soft shot.
Herder, too strong, and rebound control by Freeman, up ahead. And Omoruyi got tied up, bodies on the ground. Omoruyi is still battling for it. And a timeout called by Rutgers. It's a heads-up play by Omoruyi, the freshman.
I'm not sure if Michael wants it. You're wasting one. He took one 5 seconds in.
Rutgers with a 6-0 run to cut to a 3-point deficit. Time now for our Motel 6 sixth man of the game, Yvonne Bender off the bench. You mentioned the foul trouble by DeMonte Dodd, and Bender with 6 points and 3 boards.
Played 10 minutes in the first half. An intelligent defensive player. I suspect he's going to get his opportunity in the second half as well. Center by committee for the Terps.
Bender's brother, 4th overall pick last year by the Phoenix Suns. Dragan Bender. Up ahead, Cowan, first points of the game. First field goal of the game for Cowan.
I was just giving Justin Jackson a hard time. He made that play.
Sanders up and under. Couldn't get it. Geddes tried to keep it alive out of bounds, and it's going to go to Maryland. See Cowan on the other side.
This is a beautiful play. Jackson gets his hand on it, and watch Trimble. That is a very difficult pass when you're running in the same lane as your teammate. If you've got an angle, it's easier. Great pass. Cowan has some speed, man.
See, on the defensive side as well, Mark Turgeon couldn't say enough good things about how good he's been defensively. Trimble spots up another 3. Got it.
Boy, does he square up nicely, doesn't he? Strong upper body. 12 points for Trimble.
3 of 4 from distance. Starting to feel it. Geddes trying to go baseline. And a turnover, nearly. And it does go to Maryland.
Melo Trimble's a player, Jeff. He's got a better jump shot than you do. When he pushes it and gets in rhythm, you can count it.
One of the great traditions here in College Park, the unfurling of the school flags in the student section.
That is awesome, man.
Here's our Auto Owners game leaders for today's ball game. We talked about the guards at the top of the broadcast, Corey Sanders and Melo Trimble. They have been doing it all here today. 13 for Sanders, 12 for Trimble. Herder, tough shot. Rebound tapped back out to Cowan. Out of bounds, going to stay with the Terps.
Mark Turgeon did a good job at halftime because his team was teetering in that half. They made a couple of threes to give them some breathing room. They came out great. And then Rutgers called timeout immediately. Great coaching by Peichel to do that. Got his team squared away. They came back. Nice up and down. And now the defense of Maryland has been good, forcing 4 turnovers in the opening minutes here.
For Maryland in their last win against Iowa, at Iowa on Thursday, they had to stave off a couple of runs. Turned it over 21 times. There's Herder, open, buried it.
When they get rhythm.
Herder, one of the best pure shooters in the conference. And nobody's really talking about him. There's Johnson, able to answer with a triple of his own.
Seen some good basketball now. Offensively, guys are moving it, sharing it. Right guys are taking the shots.
Trimble splits 2, dribble it out of bounds. Back-to-back threes for both squads.
Maryland on the move. Herder, the backup. He tickled the twine on that one.
First 3 of the ball game for Herder. He has 8 points.
Notice Dodd in the lane. Diallo catches it, doesn't even guard him out there. He challenges him to shoot it. Strategy worked.
He'll give Ibrahima Diallo that shot all night long.
Every time.
Dodd backing down on Diallo. Little jump hook.
When he's not doubled, he can make that move. Frequently, he passes back out. Rutgers realizes it. They decide to take the chance on him scoring versus giving up a 3.
Nigel Johnson trying to cut through a couple. Deshaun Freeman gives it up. Williams for 3. Couldn't get it. Offensive rebound, tapped. Body still on the floor, and Dodd saves it for Maryland.
He's got the longest way to go to the floor, too.
Cowan.
I don't know about that. I do not know about that.
Mark Turgeon looking on with his arms folded. From the Terps bench, Nigel Johnson trying to answer, rims in and out. A couple of misses back-to-back on threes. Starting to see Melo Trimble slow things down. I think he's ready for a little break. Brantley getting set to check in for Maryland. Cross-court pass. Herder pays it off.
Are you kidding me? Dodd doing his Tom Brady imitation. Wow, what a pass.
A pure dime from Dodd. Underneath. And Dodd doing it on the defensive end. It's going to stay with Rutgers. Nice sequence from DeMonte Dodd. Game 2 of our doubleheaders coming up next. Number 15, Wisconsin battling Penn State. Coverage starts after our contest here at College Park. It's presented by Quicken Loans and BTN to go. And how about those 3 dynamic players for Wisconsin? The big cheese indeed. Koenig, Hayes, and Happ.
Hayes, preseason player of the year in the league. Happ, terrific. And Koenig is now a verb. When you play against him, you've been Koenig'd.
I'm not sure there's another player in the Big Ten, maybe Melo Trimble, that you'd want the ball in their hands to make a big shot.
Amen. Amen.
There's Brantley for 3. And he's got it. Maryland starting to fill up the twine.
The 3 is a weapon. In conference, 42% in this game. 8 for 17. That's doing work.
And most of that coming here in this second half. Williams trying to answer. Rimmed in and out. Offensive rebound by Saw. And that one almost missed.
Boy, he was all alone under there.
That was a big bucket for Rutgers. They needed some points on that possession. Extended run of 16-5 for Maryland to build the 14-point lead. And a walk by Maryland.
Well, we've seen a lot of threes in the second half. Maryland has made 8 in the game. This is the best pass of the game. Dodd across to Herder, and he knocks it in from the weak side. And then going deep is Brantley off the bench. They're doing it.
TN in partnership with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Push button, get mortgage. And brought to you in part by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM. Those cars are in warp speed going by the Lincoln Memorial. 14-point lead for number 22, Maryland. Dressed to the nines here in College Park.
Are those guys senators? I know those guys are.
They might be. You never know. School starts tomorrow. Kids are back on campus. Corey Sanders swatted away by Bender.
This guy's good, man. I am telling you, he might be my new favorite center. Take a look at this block. I mean, Sanders elevates. He's always in the right place defensively. He hedges out front, moves, switches, guards his man, helps on other guys. Mark Turgeon told us at practice today, we were asking him about different players, and when you asked him about Bender, he said that he's the most intelligent player. He loves him. He's getting him more minutes, I'll tell you that.
He certainly earned every tick of the clock tonight.
Yep.
Sanders, his first points in the second half. Ivan Bender, who hails from Bosnia, in his recruiting trip, the coaching staff actually called him Even.
Even.
So the whole team calls him Even now. He said, you can call me Even, you can call me Ivan, don't call me Ivan.
I think that's odd. Even.
It'll be Ivan for us. Big turnover there, turned by Rutgers, trying to cut into this deficit. Sanders, top of the key. Another offensive rebound. Candido Saw couldn't get it to go down.
Riley's been in the game. I think Maryland has to be careful right now. Rutgers is not the kind of team that's just going to go away. And you substitute too much.
What a feed down low again.
What a pass by Bender.
You love that guy.
I love that guy.
The all Bob Wenzel team. Ivan Bender.
He's on it. Look at the defense in the post.
Fronting C.J. Getty's given up about 50 pounds. And a foul down low. Candido Saw was trying to get himself positioned and pushed. Ivan Bender with a dime.
Check this pass out. I mean, right over the hands of Sanders. Looked like a field goal. And Brantley moved without it nicely. It's interesting, you know, we've got a 15-point lead right now. But it feels like Rutgers is still in it. And that's the value of the three-point shot. 4 of 7 in the second half. And another pass by Bender.
Couldn't pay it off. Freeman dishes it up. Here goes Omoruyi. Bender. Just a clean defensive play down low and in the post.
He did what you're taught, which is when you're in the restricted area, you jump straight up and put your hands straight up. He did it. Rutgers retains possession.
Corey Sanders with just 1 point in the second half.
Interesting. 13 at halftime, only 1 here.
Mike Williams has been quiet. Jumper, rims in and out. That rim should have been checked at halftime. It was unkind to Maryland in the first half. It's been unkind to Rutgers here in the second.
Mello Trimble content to run away from the ball, get some screens, be a part of it until it's time to make a play, and then he goes.
LG Gill down low. That was a strong move on Deshaun Freeman.
Excellent. He made the 3 late in the half to give him some breathing room as well.
Showing off his post play, the transfer.
No double. You use your shoulder to block the defender from blocking the ball. Very nicely done. Good fundamentals by Gill there.
One of only 2 seniors on this roster for Maryland. Demonte Dodd the other. Nigel Johnson. Wide open pass to the layup.
Guys fell asleep there. Rutgers spent a lot of time on end-line out-of-bounds plays in practice this afternoon.
Herder thought he was going to have another assist, but Bender, it's about the only thing he's done wrong today.
Yeah, that was a little high. Who are you blaming? You blaming Herder or you blaming Bender?
We can't blame Bender. He's your guy.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Tough pass by Herder.
Thanks.
Cowan back on the floor, replacing Brantley.
What's nice is the 2 players acknowledged each other after the play as if both said it's my fault. Good teamwork.
This is a Maryland group that's very unselfish. Sean Freeman driving and fouled. Bender called for the block. The action ends. The Big Show takes over. In-depth highlights from around the conference. Post-game reaction straight from the arena. And a complete breakdown of everything that happened. The Big Show tonight at midnight on BTN and BTN to go.
I'm interested in that Purdue-Michigan State also. I mean, Purdue, very experienced team, other than Edwards, the point guard, who has taken over starting role. And Michigan State, extremely inexperienced. We get word that Purdue's ahead, 65-57, 8 minutes to go.
Purdue might be one of the most complete teams in the conference.
Swanigan's got 21 in the game. All-American.
He's had a double-double in nearly every game he's played this year.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And another one tonight.
What a great story. A tad bit of overpassing right there by the Terps. Dodd's a passer. Doesn't look to score. Wants to be a facilitator.
6 to shoot. Herder put it on the deck, and Dodd mishandled it. Was this the time, if you're Rutgers, where you've got a little bit of a run in you? You got just over 8 minutes to play in the game. You got to have one right here.
Yeah, and Sanders is the guy. But they've done a great job defensively on him in the second half. Lots of helping and recovering. Cowan is using his quickness, trying to deny Sanders as much as he can.
Nice give and go. Freeman didn't get fouled by Dodd. And able to finish it off on the offensive glass. Deshaun Freeman never quits.
You got that right. Got to admire that guy. 1-3-1. Half-court trap.
14 offensive rebounds for Rutgers in this game. Trimble, open, short, got his own rebound though. Big second chance for Maryland. They can suck more of this clock down.
I like what Cowan did right there. Cowan's not having one of his better games. He was open and decided to give it up. And Herder, this time, he missed Dodd last time, not this time.
Another great feed from Herder. 6th assist. Sanders, tough scoop, offensive rebound, and he's fouled. He's going to go to the line. The freshman, Kevin Herder, with the dimes all night.
6'7", 190, freshman, high IQ. They love playing with him.
Terps are fired up by 14 points, and our Bass Pro Shops in the net. It's your guy, Bob Von Bender.
Love this guy. Scoring. Passing. Defending. Doing it all for the Terps.
And Cal Ripken, I know he doesn't look impressed right there, but he is. He is absolutely thrilled. Hall of Fame class in his first year, 2007. Played his entire career in Baltimore, not too far from here, of course. That guy had quite a net at third base and at shortstop.
That's for sure.
Sanders 1 out of 2, but an offensive rebound by Williams, the smallest man on the floor.
He's got a knack.
Johnson gives it up. Freeman lost it on the way up, and he's going to go to the line. And rips his hair tie out. Corey Sanders had 13 points in the first half. He's been very quiet here in the second. Better defensive effort from Maryland.
Yeah, and, you know, they're switching on him. Cowan's doing a better job, chasing him around, making him work harder. Missing free throws is not the formula when you're behind with 6:50 to go against Maryland at their place.
7 of 17 from the free throw stripe.
That's not going to get it done.
Williams battling for that rebound.
Boy, does he get them extra possessions or what? 6'2" guard. He's kept this whole thing alive. That's why we're down at this end of the floor.
Got to get some points here if you're Rutgers. The missed foul shots are really starting to pay dividends. Sanders has yet to hit a field goal in the second half. Out of bounds is going to go to Rutgers. They pick up the defensively. They got to start making some shots in a big way.
Well, Sanders played the schoolyard play, threw it off the back of a guy who was not facing him. Nowhere for Melo Trimble to go there. This series that has happened in the last minute and a half, where Rutgers has kept the ball down here, is kind of a microcosm of their season.
Herter coming over for the block, out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Rutgers. Getty's hit it off of Dodd's back.
They're trying hard, right? They're giving it their all. And yet they're having a hard time getting the ball in the basket. But you've got to admire their effort, especially right here. It's been amazing.
This is a game where Steve Peichel at the end of the year is going to go look at it and say, hey, we make a couple of shots, we're right in this thing. Getty's underneath, got it. Chance for a three-point play.
How about that? Rutgers, it seems like they've been down here for 10 minutes. Thanks to Mike Williams' offensive rebounding prowess. 7 foot, 280. Ball faking. Herter has to learn that if you're going to foul a guy that big and that strong, you got to hit him harder, close to the basket.
Another missed free throw for Rutgers. 8 for 21. And if it weren't for their 18 offensive rebounds, as Jackson missed the bunny layup, good pressure from Rutgers. Williams pulled it out smartly. Just an 11-point game. A make here makes things interesting, but a turnover. It's the long arms of Jackson creating the steal.
Well, Freeman fouled because he thought it was going to be a breakaway layup and knew that it was just going to be sideline out of bounds here. He's done this several times. He's made some nice defensive plays and some not so great offensive plays so far in this game. Now, he's a freshman, blessed with lots of ability.
Only going to get better. Had 6 steals against Iowa on Thursday.
And they needed every one of them.
Freeman trying to tap it back. Getty's up ahead.
See, that's
breakaway. Freeman slams it home. 9-point game.
Jackson's ball handling. He's got like 7 turnovers in the game. I think they need to go a 3-guard lineup right here, Maryland. They got the lead, get Brantley in the game, Cowan and Trimble at the same time, handle the ball better, stop turning it over. Got to give Rutgers some credit, too.
Turgeon is fired up, calling for timeout right there to kind of rally the troops. You can sense a run coming.
Right here, silly play by Jackson. Nice little outlet pass. Freeman finishes easily. So Rutgers hanging in with their defense and intensity.
It has never wavered in this game, whether they were down 14 or down by 1.
Or up. Right, they did have the lead at one junction.
Rutgers again hanging in there down by 9. Don't forget Penn State is at the Kohl Center in Madison taking on the Badgers. Another young team in the Big Ten. Penn State, 4 formidable freshmen against one of the most experienced teams in Wisconsin.
Maryland and Melo Trimble have won a lot of close games. This year, they won 8 games by 6 points or less. They won 3 by 1.
That's where all that experience is going to come into play. Still a 9-point game right now, 5 minutes to play. They know when to push the pedal to the middle when they need it. 2 to shoot. Trimble turned it over. 5 turnovers in the last 4 minutes.
Rutgers started the second half with 4 turnovers in the opening minutes. Maryland has handed it back to them.
It's a Maryland team that turned it over 21 times on Thursday. Johnson, short. The big rebound by Trimble. Boxed out Mike Williams.
Gill is in, Jackson is out.
Trimble, there was a kick.
No, he was fouled.
Got kicked by Freeman.
Yeah, oh, I thought you meant kick ball. No, he was kicked.
Kicked by Freeman. Stuck the leg out, stepped on his foot.
Fouled him twice. Kicked him and then hit him in the shoulder.
I'll tell you this, the officials are letting him play. It has been aggressive here in the second half, under 10 minutes.
Yeah, and that's what you'd like to see, right? You know, I mean, ticky-tack fouls you don't want to see. Want guys to play all out.
Freeman with 4 personals. With Rutgers with only 3 team fouls. They've got some fouls to give here down the stretch. Tough move by Brantley. Too strong. Offensive rebound by Dodd. No. Swatted away. Candido saw it. No, they called him with a foul.
Wow, we got some action on the glass. Brantley's shot was a prayer. In and among the big trees. Dodd kept it alive, but Rutgers black jerseys everywhere, and Brantley, the tip, kept it alive. It's a nice play by Brantley, getting involved in the action.
Saw on the backside, got his big paw up there, must have got some hand. As Dodd able to get the shot to go down on the first free throw. That's the difference in the game, the free throw shooting.
No doubt, but Dodd is embarrassed that he made that shot. Turgeon is happy that it was lucky that it went in. This guy's a good team player.
Dodd with 8 points and 5 boards.
Only played 9 minutes in the first half because of the 2 fouls. Maryland's free throw shooting been pretty good, huh?
10 of 14 from the stripe. Crowd starting to get into it. An offensive foul on Corey Sanders.
He loves to go right, Jeff. And in the scouting report, assistant coach Cliff Warren told me about how they tried to make sure that they get in his way when he goes right. Brantley understands the scouting report, gets in the right position, and he's feeling good.
Thanks, Dave. It's an 11-point lead right now for Maryland. Difference in the game has been the free throw shooting, Bob. Again, 8 for 21 for Rutgers in this contest, but also kind of the disappearance of Corey Sanders on the offensive end.
Yeah, 13 points in the first half, 0 for 7, only 2 points in the second half. And what's made this game not a runaway is the mishandling of the basketball by the Maryland Terrapins in the last 5 or 6 minutes. They've got 16 turnovers in this game. Several of the unforced variety. Right here, the ball should go back to the guard. Guys in the middle have been trying to make plays that don't make plays, and that is not the good use of their talent.
Really milking this clock down this possession. Up ahead, Dodd, fouled by Geddes.
Dodd made 2 free throws last time. See if he can do it again.
Maryland tied with Wisconsin atop the Big Ten standings. Again, Wisconsin coming up after us, hosting Penn State. Northwestern and Purdue just a half a game back. Is this the year for Northwestern?
I think it is. Collins is doing a great job there, and the L&L boys are really, I love Law and Lindsay. Those 2 wings can really score a lot of different ways. McIntosh is an experienced guard. A good play in the post. They just won at Ohio State, where they haven't won since 1977. I mean, so good stuff happening with Collins and his group.
Don't sleep on Indiana either. I know they lost OG Anunoby. He was at Penn State. Freeman thought he got pushed off. Official coming in to try and calm him down.
Well, Freeman's a guy who knows about pushing and shoving and bouncing around inside, because he does plenty of it in a very good way.
Active hands down there by Freeman, tried to save it. He goes into the stands, and he's going to stay with Maryland.
Freeman was on Rutgers' team last year, but didn't play, shorted things, and of course playing this year, and terrific. He plays with abandon. You gotta love his effort. He was injured earlier in the year, then was suspended for the second part of the season.
Highly touted transfer from Hutchinson Community College in Kansas. Great program. He's done a nice job here. Alley-oop. Jake Gill couldn't follow it. And Getty's the strong rebound. Big man running the floor. 17 turnovers. To get a three here, not that this team shoots great from beyond the arc, and there's a turnover. Melo Trimble. Who else but Nigel Johnson stripped it out, and he's trying to contend with the officials that it went off of Trimble's leg.
I think it is off Trimble's leg.
The official just overruled him.
Yeah, it was off his leg. Nigel Johnson did a terrific job right there. Trimble with 3 minutes to go, you know, could have held that ball out. They had a 2-on-1. The clock is your friend when you're ahead at the end of a game.
Again, down 11, and Nigel Johnson just turns the ball over and hustles back on the backside. You love what you're seeing from Rutgers.
Yep.
Freeman, spinorama couldn't go. Out to Sanders, 13 to shoot. Johnson drives. Getty's finished it off in a three-point play.
Well, they're not going to get threes from shooting outside because they're 28% from there. They're getting the threes the hard way by working the glass. 22 offensive rebounds for the Scarlet Knights in this one. This is a prayer shot, but Freeman in the right spot. And Getty's taking care of it.
From the free throw line, all night long, 8 for 22. Trimble gave it off. There was a foul before.
Intentional.
Calling an intentional foul on the drive. The officials are going to go take a look at it. I think they got Getty's on the intentional foul, and now they're going to flip the screen around and get another look. That was a quick.
I did not see the play, so it's hard for me. I really can't comment on it right now, but it looks like they were only over there for a second, discussing it right now. Let's take a look.
Getty's.
Well, he grabs him and makes no attempt at the basketball, but I don't see anything flagrant about this.
Grabbed the back of his jersey, kind of like a horse collar.
There's no play on the ball right here, but that doesn't make it a flagrant, but they are calling a flagrant.
Put Melo Trimble on the line. Flagrant one. Just not playing the ball, and there are two officials. Two officials were on it.
Yeah. Did you hear what he just said? Yeah, okay, great. Did our audience hear that?
Just in case they didn't.
Well, not making a play on the ball, which is what we talk about, and intentionally grabbing those sorts of. Flagrant one. Hold or push from behind, it could be that. Not a legitimate play on the ball, that was what we talked about. So you're filling checking off a couple of boxes right there.
And a couple of shots and the ball back. And more time to kill on the shot clock.
Yes, and the right guys have to handle the ball in this kind of situation. Melo Trimble needs to get fouled.
LG Gill instead fires up a three, and Jallo with a rebound. Sanders drives, had it blocked by Dodd, and Herder with the loose ball. It was a big empty possession that time for Rutgers. Maryland for all intents and purposes, unless something crazy happens, is going to pick up their 18th win.
18-2, 6-1 in the conference. They've been a little sloppy here, I got to tell you, in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Herder. And Jalo with another rebound. Not over yet. Not the way the Rutgers have been playing all night long.
That's not a bad possession by Maryland, though. They went deep into the shot clock. They got a clean look for one of their better shooters.
Freeman down low on Dodd, giving up size. Good move, though. And he missed the shot.
Herder's the best defensive rebounder on this team at 6'7".
And Melo Trimble's just going to hang on to it under a minute to go. Don't forget Penn State, Wisconsin coming up.
The young versus the experienced in that one. It'll be interesting to see if Watkins can do anything with Ethan Happ.
Watkins has really been struggling in the last couple of ball games. Trimble drives. What a good way to end this ball game for Melo Trimble. Kind of a nice bookend for Maryland.
Well, Maryland has an all-conference guard and 3 freshmen, and this is why he's an all-conference guard. He makes the right plays at the right time. On the road at Iowa, 2 threes in the closing minutes. Making free throws against everybody. He's got 16 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. And he was sick yesterday.
Wouldn't tell by this performance tonight.
He can do it, there's no doubt about that. First team all-conference.
Trimble going to the bench. Herder as well.
The leader of a young team. 18-2 after this game is over. And Maryland lost 4 starters last year, all playing in various professional situations. And they were thought not to be in this kind of a position at this part of the year. Tremendous job by their players and coaches.
Able to make threes here in the second half. Really sealed it for the Terps. Handed off, tough shot. Out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Rutgers. For Rutgers, there are going to be times where things are good again in that program, and Steve Peichel has this team playing extremely hard.
No doubt about it. Doing a good job. Everybody says so.
Dorson underneath. And that's kind of how this game has gone. A foul underneath, and Dorson's going to go to the line. 14-point lead for Maryland. For Maryland, again, they are 2.3 seconds away from getting to 18-2. It would be their best start through 20 games in almost 20 years. Yep. 1998, 1999 season.
Of course, they've had some great teams here, obviously. 2 Final Fours in a row, a national championship in the early 200s.
Dorson knocks down the first free throw. Dodd fouls out 8 points, but a complete game for DeMonte.
He's going to be in foul trouble. He's involved in the action all of the time, and he's aggressive.
But your guy Bender's on the floor. He had a great game off the bench.
Those two sharing that position's a good thing, and Tchaikovsky is now back.
Big win for Mark Turgeon. He gets himself to 6-1 in conference, 18-2 overall. Doesn't get easier for Maryland. They've got a bear of a schedule coming up.
No doubt about that. Rutgers has to play Wisconsin at Madison Square Garden next. And you look at the schedule right here. Look at the standings right here. There's a lot of bunching in the middle in the Big Ten Conference. And Purdue, to me, is an awesome team that has Final Four written all over it. They can score inside, they can shoot from the outside, and they play terrific team defense.
Melo Trimble finished with 17 points, and Herder with 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. Very nice win for Maryland. 67-55 the final here from College Park. Coming up next, it's Penn State at number 15, Wisconsin. Great win for Maryland. Now let's send you to Brian Anderson and Seth Davis. They're at the Kohl Center in Madison.